if you're an iPhone user and you've done the iOS 15 update and you're looking for different ways to implement the stuff or figure out what they actually added to it, I'm going to go over two. Or if you are an iPhone user and you haven't done the iOS 15 update, I'm going to go over two different things that I've liked so far, one that I really like and one that I'm still kind of dabbling in. And maybe it'll be a reason for you to update your phone to iOS 15, or maybe you've already done it and you're looking for how you can implement the stuff. And in the off chance that Apple did come up with the stuff before Android, maybe it'll influence you to switch your phone to iPhone, but that probably wasn't the case. So if Android already does have this stuff, maybe you can implement it on your phone to try and increase your productivity, because so far I'm really liking what they've added. And we'll just jump right in with the first one that I'm still kind of dabbling in and learning a little bit more about. And I've found a few good pros with it, and it's basically scheduled summaries for your notifications. And instead of getting notifications for every single thing, you can just group them all together and get them all at once. So right now I have it in the morning after work, and then once slightly before bed, like not too late but not too early, just so I get them all at once instead of having, and it doesn't actually vibrate or go off or like kind of give you that notification like, hey, we're here. Whereas if you don't have this on, you're going to be getting those notifications throughout the day. So I really like that. And I think the one biggest thing that I've liked with it is that in the past I used to have notifications for every single thing, and I've cut back a lot on that, but I still do have some for, say, the score for Toronto Maple Leafs or Toronto Blue Jays, and just getting the score updates and any news. So if a game for, say, Toronto Maple Leafs was going on, I get a score update for game start and every goal and the game end. So say the game goes 5-4, I'm getting 11 updates from that and notifications, so 11 vibrations. Or I usually don't have my phone on, but if my phone was on, I'd be getting 11 disruptions throughout just like that short period, so say 3 hours. So instead of that, I'm getting those all bunched together at just one time. So that's what I'm really liking right now. You can choose what you get for it and what you don't get for it. And for me, I like to get my messages and phone calls, because typically sometimes that can be high priority or important, but not all the time. So, but those are just stuff that I would like to get instantly. And then even when you do set this up, you're gonna get a notification when you first get these notifications coming in. So say like an Instagram DM, it'll ask you, do you want to have this sent straight to your phone, or do you want it sent to your scheduled summary? So you can choose which ones you do and you don't want, but then you can also just choose for the whole app as a whole. And so far I'm liking it, and it doesn't really interrupt you as much. And throughout the day we get interrupted so much, and I think it's just a good way to eliminate those distractions that we get constantly throughout the day. And then the second one that I've been liking a lot is the focus mode. So you can either get to it from there, or you can just go to the drop down and then you can just choose it from here. The good thing about going through here is you can choose which one individually, and then you can also just hit that three buttons, and then it'll drop down. And then you can also just go to settings from here, and then it'll just bring you right in there. When you first get onto the Focus app, or when you first start setting it up, it's going to give you 3 to start with: personal, sleep, and work. I've just stuck with those. I feel like they work for me. Maybe I could add another one for, say, the gym. They give you suggestions here, or you can just make your own. I think another one that I might be good to add is the gym, just because you get a lot of notifications from there and you don't really want to distract yourself from your sets. So you could just limit it to, say, I don't want to go through it, but I have a fitness app that kind of gives me notifications for rest time. That could be a good one to include those notifications, and then turn everything else off. And then when you're going through these, you can have it set up for specific times, like add a schedule or automation for when it starts and when it ends. And for my work, I got it Monday through Friday. start time 8 till 4. And the good thing about doing that, instead of having to turn it on every day, you don't have to remember to do it. And also, if you're on your phone at that time, so say it's 7:59 and then 8 o'clock hits. When it hits 8 o'clock and I'm on my phone, it's going to give me a notification that focus mode's on now, it's work. And then that might give you that notification or that psychology to be like, okay, I got to get off my phone now, it's time to start working. And for me, that's kind of helped me past few days. I've only been using this for not too long, like under a week. But if I'm on my phone at 7:59 and it changes to 8, gives me that notification, it's 8 o'clock. It's like, okay, gotta put my phone away and start to work. So the scheduling for work is really nice. For lock screen, I personally don't do anything. For sleep, it's automatically dim screen. So when you're locked, when your screen's locked, it just kind of dims the screen. It's basically a black screen. And then silence notifications. I feel like you also want that off, just because if you have focus mode on, you don't want to have those notifications pop up on when your phone's off, and then you kind of pick it up and then you'll see those notifications, and then that might give you that incentive to just go and look at those notifications. So I would have that off as well. And then one thing that I've really liked is having the hide notification badges on. So with hide notification badges on, if you get a notification, say for one of the apps that you have blocked, say Snapchat or Instagram or TikTok, instead of having that one pop up or 2 or 500 or I don't know however many notifications that you get, it's not going to give you that maybe like psychology like look where when you're looking at your screen. So say there's 3 right there. If I turn focus mode on, turn on, that's going to hide it. So it's not really going to give you that incentive to actually go in it. But if you do go in it, I'm not sure which one it was, but if you go in it, you'll be able to see those notifications there. But it just gives you that incentive to not actually click into it. So if you see there's no notifications there, you're probably going to be less likely to actually go into that app. So that's what I've really liked about it. And you can just choose the people that you want to allow to send you notifications. And for sleep, I don't want any notifications, so you can just choose it like that. For personal, you can just add people and apps. For personal and sleep, I feel like they're the exact same for me, just because I use them for the same purpose and I don't want any notifications. But the difference between them is you can have an automation for personal. So it could be a location. So that could just be good, say for if you had a gym focus mode, you could just have the location. So whenever you get to the gym, you don't have to turn that on. It just automatically turns on. Or if you have a time, say for personal, if you want to have a specific block after work, say from 6 till 7, you want to work during that time, that just might give you a more incentive to actually put your phone down, get to work during this time, instead of having to actually pick and choose when to do it. So going back to home screen custom pages, I don't turn this on. You can still get to the apps, so I'm typically always in this screen. So if I didn't want to have that screen there, I could just choose that one. And then when I do that, it's just going to basically block the other ones, and I'm not going to be able to get to them, but I can still get to those apps. So right now I can still get to those apps. It's just adding an extra step in the way to get to those apps. So it just might be harder to get there. So you might not be more willing to go to those apps and go through them and just open them. So that's just one thing. I personally don't use that one, but I think it does have some good value in it. And you can also notify people if you have your focus mode on, and if I think this is just for iMessages, if they message you, it'll just kind of give them a little notification at the bottom saying that they've silenced notifications, so they might not get back to you. So that might just be good to notify people that you're probably not going to end up getting back to them anytime soon, and this is why. So that one you can just choose whatever you'd like, whatever you prefer, and I feel like that's about it. But I've really enjoyed this so far. I feel like I've gotten a lot of value out of it, and it's helped me get into the zone a little bit more. I feel like I'm picking my phone up a lot less, and I just don't have my phone vibrating nonstop. So if you're in a flow state, you're not going to be getting out of that flow state as easily with all these notifications going off nonstop throughout the day. So I've really liked this so far. I don't know if you guys have tried this out yet. If you have, let me know in the comments below what you think of it. If you think that you will be implementing that or using them. I've really liked Focus. The other one I'm still kind of dabbling in, but I do see some good positives with it. So let me know in the comments what you think. And as always, thanks for watching, and let's level up.